numbers. And so you want to know what's going on. And so you can get a reading and you can see into that person. You can see, well, why are they going to the left right now? And can this be remedied? And oftentimes I will get clients that want to know that, and I've helped a lot of people like that, and it's very, very satisfying. So you can do that, so you can help people with relationships. If you're looking for love, like some people call it, when am I going to meet the one? And so, I might be able to see that. Because I should explain something also. I mean, I do the calculations, but the force reads the numbers, and I have to be very, very clear about that because I developed a method called the geodocking method for numerology, and it is a predictive method that is used in science, and it's how you fit shapes of numbers together because you want to see how you can dock them with each other, how many permutations there are, and the only way to do that is with God, the force, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to talk about it, because there are infinite probabilities. So I just, I don't just rely on calculations.
Uh-huh.
I meditate and I believe in a greater good. I have to, because that's why I do this. Okay. So someone wants to know when they're going to meet the one. I can see, and when I say like you say, the force will direct me. It's like the numbers give you a key, right? You can open up the door and see inside the room, right? And then I'm shown where to look, okay? So the numbers can open up the door and show me where to look and see, okay, in May, there's going to be someone because I see a number corresponds over here and something over there and a relationship over here. Or I can also see through the numbers if there is a block. If there's a block to someone meeting the love of their life. Like maybe there's too much, they've too many expectations about what this person should be and not in fact, not what they really want. So before we get to when are they going to meet the one, we have to clear away the debris. And a lot of times, and I say clear away the debris because a lot of times that debris is from the past. It could be from past hurts. Oftentimes it's from childhood. Okay, so you can see when someone's going to meet someone. And I've predicted lots of that. And you can also decide whether or not to move into a certain house. I've done readings like that. What moves to make career-wise? I've consulted with CEOs, and they want to know which moves to make in their corporation. You can help with that. I mean, it's useful for anything. But again, like I said before, it's most useful for understanding yourself, and that's when you start to see the matrix, the pattern, all like the tumblers click into place.
Uh-huh.
And it's like you have lots of epiphanies, and you can see your path more clearly. You may still want more guidance, but that's what numerology is ultimately useful for, understanding ourselves. But then once we do, then we understand the world around us. So, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I should have talked to you before I decided to come out of retirement and do the radio show. Hey, can you tell me what I have coming, by choosing to come back into radio after years of not being in it?
Anderson. I love that your name is Anderson. It sounds like amazing. Oh, Mr. Anderson. Okay. First, can I talk a little bit about you? Did you tell everybody? See, I couldn't, when you put me on hold, I didn't hear what you said, so I don't know if you told everybody you gave me your numbers.
Oh, no, go ahead. What do you need?
No, I have your numbers. Can I say your birthday on the air?
Yeah, go ahead. Everybody's going to know how old I am, but that's okay. I'm old.
Stop it.
Okay.
You're a baby. January 8th, 1952, correct?
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay, and your birth time. And the birth time is, that's a very, very powerful number. And, well, okay, this is a very powerful year for you, okay? And it's funny because I think you know that I was on a show a couple weeks back because the host said you two were friends, and I thought that was very interesting because you both have the same personal year. This year is an 11 for you.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So 11, and that's also the universal year. Okay? And how we get that, for if folks want to play at home, I took Gary's birthday, which is 1/8/1952.
Uh-huh.
Okay? 8 is the birthday. Okay? That's one number, one of your four numbers. 1 plus 8 is 9. That's your attitude number. 1 plus 8, and then plus the numbers in your year. 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 2. That all reduces to an 8. Okay?
Okay.
So your birthday is an 8, and so that's 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10. Anything added to 9 is that number added to 9 reduced to single digits. You can take out all the 9s. So you can just take 1, 5, and 2, which is 8, and add that to 9, it's 8. So that I went a little fast, but then people can listen on the podcast like 10 times, and you'll get it. Once you get it, it's really fast. Okay, so that's 8 is your life path, 9 is your attitude, 8 is your birthday. So to get your personal year, what you do is you take the year, which is 2018, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8. Okay, that adds up to 11. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 is a master number, and you don't reduce master numbers
Okay.
much of the time. Sometimes you do, okay? So that's the universal year. So you take that, you reduce that. I mean, there are more detailed techniques, but just to keep it simple, you take that 11. It's an 11, 2, okay? So you add your attitude number,
Uh-huh.
which is 9, to the year number, which is 2. Okay, 9 plus 2 is 11. Okay, your personal year is the same as the universal year. Okay, so that's how you do that, and I'll repeat this, later too. So
Okay.
So your personal year is 11. Now, 11 again is a master number, and the 11 represents charisma, manipulation, duality, creative vision, psychic power, healing. It's a very, very powerful number, and it's a very psychic number. And it is also the number of manifestation. And since it's the universal year also, that pixie dust falls on all of us this year. We all have heightened intuition. We all have a better than average ability to manifest what we want, so we want to use our power for good, okay? And since it's also your personal year, it's even more powerful for you. So since from your numbers, I can see that you are a very determined person. You're when you are on a project, you don't stop until it's done. If anybody gets in your way, I feel really bad for them. Okay? So
that's true. You
so,
nailed that one.
So that this year, that's what you're doing. Okay, you're putting a bead on your goal, and you're going for it, because this year, again, you have a heightened ability to manifest what you want. So the key is to write down what you want and make it real, because you're all about making things real. In fact, I also want to say something else. You have a very, very big heart, but if someone tries to scam you, put one over on you, you will hunt them down at the point of the bayonet.
Yeah.
You will not stand for that. So, I just, that was really strong. It just came to me, so I wanted to say. So you just keep going. You write it down. You make it real, because things that are real are powerful to you. Of course, I mean, not necessarily, of course, because some people are different, but we're not talking about them right now. Okay, so you write down your steps, and you're very good at that, because you naturally have a business mind. So you just keep on going, one foot in front of the other. You just keep on going, and I would say this too. I mean, I don't want you to hurt yourself, okay?
Okay.
And I know that you've experienced what I'm going to say before, but I want to validate it too. Move towards resistance and pain. I'm not telling you to hurt yourself, but for you in particular, Gary, because you're an 8, and because you really just, it's 110%, or it's not going to happen. So you just keep going, and know that there may be difficulties, but you just keep going. And sometimes when it feels difficult, that's when you just keep going. You just keep going. Some people, I don't necessarily need to say this to you, but maybe I'm saying this to somebody else. Sometimes you're working towards something and you hit like an emotional wall because you've never gotten there before, because it's a new experience or it's a new challenge. But on the other side of that wall is, Eden or a completion of a part of what you're working on. And so you keep going through the resistance and the pain, and especially in this 11 year, when things look like they may not be working out, just keep going. Just keep your eyes on the prize. And that's for you in particular, and also for everybody, again, because the 11 falls on everybody. Because the 11 is, again, it's the number of duality.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's kind of like it's fake news everywhere. It's fake news in the media. It's fake news in our lives. It's fake news. It's fake news all the time. So you just, that's it. Again, I will say this, and it's just a suggestion that everybody take time, even if it's 5 minutes,
Uh-huh.
to meditate. And there are lots of simple ways to do that, but just to quiet and just to know where your boundaries are, where you end and everything else begins, so that you know what's true inside of you. Because when the first starts to fly, you don't want to be blown about, because that could happen. If you're not really sure where you stand, then sometimes things can get a little wonky, and especially so in an 11 year. And just to finish with you, I'm starting to get like a little macro, and I want to stay micro to talk about you. So okay. So this month is, there's a lot of work involved. Okay, it's a 13-4 month, and some people call them karmic numbers. I call them gift numbers, but I'm going to call them blessing numbers because some people can get confused. So I'll call them blessing numbers. Okay, the blessing numbers are 13, 14, 16, and 19. Okay, 13, 14. 16 and 19, okay? And they have been called karmic numbers. I don't really like that word, but because they have certain challenges. But I know so many folks that have these blessing numbers that have achieved tremendous things because they have just kind of said, okay, this is what we got. Here we go. It's not like, oh, I have to do this and no one else does. It's like, this is what we're working with and let's go. So the 13 is February. February is a universal month 13, and March is a universal month 14. So those are both blessing numbers. So this month and next month, really, really, really intense, okay? And I in my YouTube forecast, I mentioned the swings in the stock market. And so, of course, we're seeing that. And I said the correction is coming in March. And I still say that, and because what we're seeing now, I don't feel the correction. I call it an adjustment.
Well, what do you see is going to happen with the stock market? Are people going to lose a lot? Is it going to collapse?
Okay, that's a great question. Because
I'm kind of curious.
Because what's going to happen is if anybody out there is playing the stock market like, throwing darts on a dartboard, get a professional because it's going to get tricky, especially next month. There is going to be a correction. There are huge swings, but people in the know are going to be making money. There are people who are going to be making money. Know that.